So in today's video, we're going to be going over how to create this design right here. It's pretty simple. It's just a jack-o'-lantern. But what you'll notice if you were to zoom in really close, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. As I zoom in, this jack-o'-lantern's got some kind of really cool texture to it. So what I did is I went ahead and used one of the screen effects on it, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we went ahead and added some color. So if you're interested in learning this technique, it's a really quick video, so stick around. Okay, so as always, we're going to start with our blank background. It is again 4500 by 5400 pixels, and I will be designing on black today. So I am going to go ahead and just pick black as my background color. And this is another really quick video, another quick tutorial, and we are going to be doing Halloween themed again. So for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm thinking about picking a jack-o'-lantern for this. Easy. I'm going to come up to elements on the left side of the page. I'll click on that. I can go ahead and do a search here for jack-o'-lantern, which I've already done. And then I can go ahead and filter this by graphics. So for this technique, I'm looking for something that is pretty much one solid color. So any kind of silhouette type image is what I'm looking for. And so I will go ahead and scroll down until I get a pumpkin that I like. And again, you can pick a lot of different things. There's one right here. You probably can't see it very well because it's black, but it is a silhouette style, which means that it's pretty easy for this technique. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one, this black one right here. Now I know you can't see it on this page because it's black. I can go ahead and change the color of it real quick. So you'll see when I click on it, there's no way to change the color of this particular image. That's not a problem. There's a roundabout way to do this. So if you were to go up to edit image and you scroll down, you can go ahead and select duotone. And if you do that, it'll allow you to pick the color. So now I can pick it any color I want. So if I was to just select this, now all of a sudden you can see my pumpkin, and I can play with the colors here too. If I click on these three little lines, it's going to pull up options for me. Here I can go ahead and pick highlights and shadows. As it is only one color, I would just want to set both of these to whatever color I want. So let's say I just wanted this orange color for my pumpkin right here, something a little lighter, and there you go. So now I turned an image that was black into an image that is orange. So if you're ever stuck on a graphic, that is an easy way around it. So I know I've had that problem in the past where I really wanted a particular graphic, but it was black, and initially I didn't know how to make it any other color but black. But now that I have this, I have a really simple silhouette image. And now I'm going to go ahead, we're going to go back up to edit image. And we will be using duotone again later for this, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. And for this video, we are going to go over the screen effects if they load here. Okay, so the screen effects are right here. I can go ahead and click see all. Now a couple of these will kind of keep the color. These are pretty much the same kind of scan lines that you would get in bad TV. So we've kind of already gone over that, but the rest of these will give it a different texture. Now, you'll notice that when we pick one of these, we're going to lose the color. That's not a problem. We can add color to it again. But if we wanted to pick any one of these particular textures, we can. And I do kind of like this one here and this one here because both of them give it kind of this weird sort of trippy vibe. So I like either one of those. Again, if I want to go ahead and click on these three lines here where it says see controls, I can go ahead and change the line count here, so I can play with it, you know, to make it as trippy as I want. So that's pretty boring. I can come up, start adding some circles, and so you can see how I can play with it and give it all sorts of really cool, you know, patterns. And so this is one way to get like a really cool trippy look. And honestly, all of these look pretty good. They're all kind of trippy, so you can just kind of scroll until you find whatever you think looks best. And quite frankly, they all look about the same. So I'm going to go with that one, and I'm going to click apply. And I'm going to give it a second, but now my pumpkin has a kind of trippy texture to it. Okay, there we go. So now it is gone ahead and finalized. And so now I have a pumpkin with sort of a trippy design style. Now we could keep it black and white, that's fine. Or at this point, if I wanted to add some color to it, I can. So doing the exact same thing that we did at the beginning, we can go to duotone and add in color that way. So exactly the same thing that we did. I can click see all for duotone. It really doesn't matter which one I pick because again, you can select the colors once you open up the controls. So it really doesn't matter, but let's just say I go with this amber one. And once it's here, I can go ahead, see controls, open this up. Now here's where you're gonna wanna have a pretty big difference or a pretty big contrast in color. So my shadows, I am gonna go ahead and set this to black. And then my highlights, whatever color I really want the pumpkin to be. So whether it's kind of that orange or that orange or anything in between, I can always come up here to add new color and then I can select anywhere on this kind of color wheel that I want. If I want it to be more of an orangey shade, I can, or yellowy shade, I can do it that way, darker, lighter. And so you can see how right now I can go ahead and just play with it. I'm gonna keep it a little bit lighter. Maybe there, doesn't matter for this. I'm gonna go ahead and click apply. And so now I've got, you know, again, a really easy silhouette pumpkin, but I've gone ahead and just added some sort of trippy texture to it. So that's a good way if you ever want to just try to make an image your own or make a graphic your own. If you're trying to keep something simple, is you can go ahead and use those screen effects. You can use the screen effects to kind of give it a weird texture or vibe. And it works really good mostly on the silhouettes or solid color things. But again, you can, you know, play around and use it on anything. Giving it a second to apply. And there we go. Now you could go through this process a couple times if you really wanted to add more texture. So you could layer texture on top of texture. You could take this and throw the bad TV scan lines in it or throw some grain in it. So you can play and make it as textured as you want. But that is a really simple and easy way to take a graphic that was just plain black, add color and add texture to it. And again, at this point, if I wanted to come up here and play with the brightness, I can just do the adjust feature here. And so I can make it brighter or darker. I can play with the contrast here. So if you wanted to, you know, really bump up that contrast or bring it down, if I wanted to make it more saturated or less saturated. And so you can play with whatever you kind of think looks best in terms of the pop. Yeah, so you can see how I can just sort of play with that, add a little contrast there. That looks pretty good. And so that's a simple one. Again, at this point, I could go ahead and put some text up here if I wanted to, or if I want to keep it simple, I can literally just make it a jack-o'-lantern shirt and download it like this and just keep it really simple. That being said, there are probably thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of just pumpkin shirts up for Halloween. So if you can find a good sub niche to put this on, that would be great. But again, if you wanted to keep it simple, and you don't have to put this on a shirt either. Again, with print on demand, we can look outside the box. So something like this might look good on a pop socket if you just wanted to keep it pretty simple, on a phone case, on a pillow, tote bag, whatever it is that you would like to put it on, a sticker. So that would be a really easy one to put on a sticker as well. So always thinking outside the box and trying to come up with designs that sort of fit multiple products as well. I'm just going to go ahead and call this, I'll call it Trippy. I'll call this one Trippy 2, Trippy Jack-o'-lantern. There we go, perfect. And I have been seeing a lot more kind of that sort of trippy style, psychedelic vibe stuff going on more. I think there's a lot more of those sort of 70s style designs that I've noticed. So that's just sort of a sort of trending style theme that I've noticed lately. And I'm going to go ahead here. We'll just download this, leave it as a PNG, keep it with a transparent background. I can download, and that is all there is to this video. Another really quick one for you guys. And I hope you found it useful. I hope you can find some other ways that you can incorporate this technique. That's it for today's video. If you found this useful and would like to see more videos with helpful tips and tricks, be sure to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of the future videos. As always, keep growing and stay creative, and we'll see you next time.